Hi everyone. Uh, this is gonna be my only podcast of the week, so let's get started. Um, First, I'm gonna start off with my week 8 predictions. Last week I was 9-5, with my losses coming to the Texans Jaguars. I wanted to pick the Texans, but sometimes logic gets the best of you. I got the Browns Buccaneers wrong. I got the Cowboys Redskins wrong. Bengals Chiefs wrong. And the Panthers Eagles wrong. Next we have week 8. That brings my total up to 44-31. Pretty decent. Could be doing better, but I'll take it. First, we have Dolphins at Texans on Thursday Night Football. Texans win their 5th in a row and keep rolling. They're literally, I cannot think of a way that the Dolphins are better besides offensive line. Trying to think right now. Maybe cornerback with Xavier Howard, safety with Rashad Jones, but Tyrann Mathieu has been playing well. But yeah, that's it. The Texans have a way better offense. Their defensive line is scary with Clowney and Watt and Whitney Merciless. Watt, by the way, I predicted to be up there in Defensive Player of the Year. I think I had him either winning it or second. I can't remember right now, but he's playing insane, which is why he's one of the greatest defensive players ever. Eagles at Jaguars. This is really the battle of who can get their boat back in order. And these are two teams that made the Eagles made the Super Bowl. I was going to say two teams that made the championship game for their conferences. Both teams have not looked good. Usually in this situation, the home team wins, but it is in London. So, it's going to be tough for both teams. This is going to be a really close game. I'm going to take the Jaguars to bounce back, though, because Eagles haven't shown last week. They did not show their offensive line, and last year how they made their success was winning in the trenches, and they haven't done that. Broncos at Chiefs. If the Chiefs win this, they would sweep the Broncos, and I think that's the first time in a few years. The division rival rarely sweeps them, but the Chiefs are just a better team. They're rolling. I'm going to take the Chiefs in this one. And it's in Arrowhead. The Broncos should have won Mile High if they didn't want to get swept. Browns at Steelers. I'm going to take the Browns in the upset. They should be mad after getting a game robbed from them in week 1 in Cleveland. I don't think Bell is coming back. He hasn't reported yet. I think the Browns win. Redskins Giants. The Redskins come in and handle their business. They're ruling the NFC East right now, and the Giants look lost, and they're not playing well at all. Seahawks at Lions. This is a tough game. Seahawks have a number 2 ranked defense, I believe, and the Lions have a number 8 ranked defense. And the Lions have a better offense, though, and are at home. And they just got snacks for casual NFL watchers. Damon Harrison, that is, and they got him from the Giants for a 5th-round pick. He's one of the best run-stopping defensive tackles in the league, next to A'Shawn Robinson. Both of them, PFF, have an 88 grade or higher. Snacks with a 90. A'Shawn Robinson with an 88.5, I think. I'm taking the Lions in this one. Buccaneers at Bengals. I'm going to take the Bengals. They bounce back after 2 straight losses. Try to get back after a crushing defeat to the Chiefs. I mean, I could not have been more wrong about that game. And that was tough to watch. They were just getting manhandled in almost every facet. They just could not handle the Chiefs' offense, and then defense, the offensive line couldn't hold, and it just did not look good. Jets at Bears, taking the Bears for obvious reasons. The defense is much better. Bears bounce back after 2 straight losses. I don't see them losing 3 in a row. They're a much better team pretty much every way. Ravens at Panthers. Ravens are playing pretty well right now, but so are the Panthers. I think the Panthers win at home, and Cam Newton has a pretty good day. Colts at Raiders. Andrew Luck comes in and torches a Raiders defense that needs pass rushing, and that an offense which has very little skill players after trading Amari Cooper. Let's see what John Gruden does to change the fact that they have very little talent. Let's see if he can make Derek Carr the quarterback he said he would, but I don't think so. He'd rather have Andrew Luck. I think everyone would rather have Andrew Luck. 49ers at Cardinals. This is really the battle of the 2 teams no one cares or wants to see. I mean, maybe the Giants playing the Raiders would be less entertaining, but that has historical relevance. This I won't be watching. I'm taking the Cardinals though. I think I like David Johnson versus improving 49ers defense, but then are they really improving? I'm gonna take the 49ers here actually, just because I think they're more well-rounded, and the Cardinals offense looks bulimic, looks terrible. They can't give David Johnson the ball without 10 people tackling him at once. Packers at Rams. The Rams will win. They'll keep rolling, keeping undefeated. I don't see Aaron Rodgers coming in and winning, especially in LA. Plus, that defense cannot hold the Rams. The Rams will score over 40, and the Packers will be limited by a pretty decent Rams defense, even without Talib. Under 30, but high 20s, mid to high 20s probably. Saints at Vikings. This is a really good game. I'm glad it's Sunday Night Football. I think the Vikings are at home. It is a rematch though, and I think the Saints are just a better team. I'm taking the Saints to win on the road in prime time. Drew Brees is slinging it, so is Kirk Cousins, but Drew Brees is playing better. Vikings defense has played well against 2 subpar offenses since giving up a lot of points and showing that the pass defense has not been good. They do get Everson Griffin back, but I don't think that will be enough. They haven't been able to really establish a run game. Latavius Murray is good, but McVay finds a way to torch their defense. Not McVay, excuse me. Sean Payton finds a way to torch their defense, and I don't see to be a shootout though. Both teams will score over 30. Patriot Bills, a blowout on Monday Night Football for the Patriots. They go into Buffalo, handle their business. Buffalo defense is good, but they just got torched by Andrew Luck, as I predicted. And I mean, they're top 5 defense statistically right now, but if Andrew Luck can torch them like that, I think Brady with Gronk maybe back, Gordon, who just had 100 receiving yards, Edelman, Michelle probably won't be back, but James White is playing really well. Kenyon Barber is pretty decent, but that's not the reason. It's really because of Brady, Gordon, Edelman, Hogan played well too. All right, those are my Week 8 predictions. Next, I'm talking about Canelo. I'm still catching up from last week, so that's why I'm still talking about Canelo signed, who is 28 years old only, by the way, signed a 5-year, $365 million deal, which includes 11 fights with DAZN, which is a new streaming service, who's been signing a lot of boxers lately after HBO announced that they were closing their boxing, sadly, after so many years. And I wanted to talk about that for a second because that is the largest contract for a sports player in history, and it is deserved. Even though I had him losing his last 2 fights against Triple G, especially the first one, but the last one I could have seen him winning. And there a lot of arguments towards him winning. He gave it to Triple G because he did exactly what he wanted to do, and Triple G had to adjust, which bodes well for him. But he hasn't lost since Floyd Mayweather, which you can't really blame him for that. And he's a great boxer. Like he will go down as one of the greatest middleweights of all time. He is insane, and he's only 28, and he's already beaten 40 people, over 40 people. Has so many knockouts. This is well deserved, and I'm looking forward to the fights. I want that Triple G rematch, though. I want it. Moving on, elite G League players can make $135K now. It's now an alternate to going to college. This is a step in the right direction immensely. Like NCAA is corrupt, and why aren't 18-year-olds allowed to be paid for their profession? And when they go to college, they aren't allowed to get jobs like normal students. They have to be fully committed to the basketball team. Well, why does that make sense when they have lives? How are they supposed to pay for things? What source of income do you expect them to have? Their parents? A lot of these players are coming from low-income families. So I don't understand that. I think this is great for the league. It's only a step, though, in the right direction. There's still a lot more to be done, but this is great for now. Next we have... So last week, there were before the season started, I wanted to talk about this, but I wasn't able to. On First Take, Max kept saying this is the second iteration of Showtime. It is actually the third. And to clarify that, the second is with Nick Van Exel, actually. Now, a lot of people won't know about Nick Van Exel. Nick Van Exel was the star of the Lakers in the mid-90s. He got to the team in 93, 94, and ever since then, after his rookie year, they were a 48-win team or more. In 94, 95, they won 48 games. In 95, 96, they won 53. 96, 97, they won 56. Like that, he was a really good player. He left in 97, 98, where he won 61 games, and he won All-Star. He didn't leave; they traded him. But 61 games, that's a lot. That was the Showtime Lakers. They would put on a show. The pace was high. Their passing. The Showtime is winning. It is winning a little bit, but it is more the play style, which was created by Paul Westhead, and then later made perfect by Pat Riley and Magic Johnson and Kareem in the original Showtime. Now the Lakers are Showtime because of the play style and the winning that hopefully will follow. It's just passing is contagious. If you ingrain in your team passing, find the best shot, you will find the best shot. You will pass too much at times, but that's the play style you should play with. Popovich has adopted a lot of it. That's why you see Spurs, like, they pass around so much, but they're not really there because they don't run as much, and they won't pass as much as the Lakers. The Lakers have been passing a lot so far this season. They need to work on defense, but that's another topic. Nick Van Exel was super flashy, threw the ball around a lot. They passed the ball. They were just super fun to watch. I've rewatched a lot of games during that time. A lot of people don't talk about the mid 90s other than really the Bulls and the Rockets because of the dominance the Bulls had. Oh, and the Jazz. But the Lakers were really talented and entertaining. Moving on, we got the Lakers versus Rockets brawl. So this is it's hard. It's easy for me to be unbiased in this scenario, in this fight, because CP3 is my favorite non-Laker of all time, and I stress the non-Laker because Lakers over everything for me. And it's Lakers versus CP3, so I can be impartial. Brandon Ingram overreacted and should not have done that. I'm a little disappointed, but the NBA has become soft, so I get the frustration. You just don't go pushing the MVP like that and then going straight into the ref's face. Like, it looked like he was about to jump him. And then you get him coming in. You don't come into a fight and punch someone. That was ridiculous, except you are defending your teammate. I like that part, but come in and restrain someone. Don't come in and throw a sucker punch and miss. I mean, it's better than he missed, but don't come in and throw that punch. But to Rondo and CP3, Rondo spit on CP3. Like, I was like saying both were wrong. CP3 a little bit more because he poked him under the eye at first, which kind of started the fist fight. But Rondo spit on him. You don't spit on another man. CP3 had a right to poke him under. He's lucky he didn't just come out and sucker punch Rondo after that, because if someone spits on you, your hands are expected to be thrown. He didn't even punch him right away. So great restraint by Chris Paul. And then Rondo throws that jab and things escalate. But I would have given CP3 one game. Rondo, I understand 3 games. Ingram, I understand 4. Could have been more. I'm thankful it's that. But my reaction is wow. And they've hated each other for a while. Both play super hard and love the game. And they're very similar if you think about it. I mean, CP3 is a far better passer, and he is a better defender, and just a better player. But Rondo they're both point guards. Like, they both know the game so well. Yeah. And then with LeBron taking CP3 out of it, I understand that they're brothers. I'm perfectly okay with that. I would have rather him be with the Lakers, because chemistry is something that needs to be worked on right now. But I'm fine with it. I have no problem with it. Cowboys. Next topic is the Cowboys training for Amari Cooper. Now, this was the right move, because I don't think the Raiders would have accepted less than a first-round pick, because I don't think anyone else had offered a first-round pick, and there were other probably better seconds offered, even though I think Amari is worth a second, and I wouldn't have paid a first for him. If the Cowboys really think they can win the NFC East and they need a receiver, which they did desperately, Amari Cooper was available. First, you can get him, fine. If you think you can get a better record, great. But the problem wasn't really, it was wide receiver, but it was more Jason Garrett and Scott Linehan, who need to be fired yesterday. No, not yesterday. 5 weeks ago. No, not 5 weeks ago. 7 weeks ago. But 8 weeks ago. But anyway, I like the move. I think it will help them open up the floor for Zeke. He's a talented player. He just needs to work on the drops. I don't know how Dak throwing the ball will help with that. but they need to use him correctly too, and they don't have the right coaches for that. Could work out, but I mean, it was ambitious. It was, and you always want your NFL team to be ambitious. Next, for our last topic, LeBron missing those free throws and his three. So first, the three shouldn't have counted. It should have been a technical foul. He tried to call timeout, and that when the Lakers had the ball, but the ref didn't see, and the Lakers didn't have a timeout, so that should have been a technical. And then he caught the ball, dribbled up, and made amazing three. I was amazed. I was like, oh, I have my Kobe back. This is great. Let's go. We have a clutch player on the Lakers now. We're going to win this game. And then he missed two free throws in a row. Plus, I mean, we know that LeBron isn't great at free throws. Why was LeBron pass the ball and then just dribbling it right there? Like, why was he the one doing that? Why not Josh Hart? Maybe he's not great at free throws. KCP is much better at free throws. Like, that would have been better. You pass KCP the ball, have him get fouled. But he goes and misses two free throws. And then the shot selection wasn't great, but he's made shots like that before. But I didn't like the play. It was like the play was just LeBron ISO. Like, that's not what Showtime is. Showtime, you pass the ball around, you find the best shot. That's what we should have done. Like, we had enough time to do that. We didn't have to just give LeBron the ball and have him make an incredible game-winning shot. But I want to give a statistic. LeBron is a 73.9% career free throw shooter, but in the final 15 seconds of the fourth quarter in OT, LeBron is 10-21 with 48% from the free throw line. I mean, that's terrible. And that's the worst free throw percentage of any player with at least 10 free throw attempts in that situation. And just LeBron is not good at free throws. And I don't understand, for someone who works on their game that much, why hasn't he worked on that more? Andre Drummond went from 35% free throw shooting to 70% in one summer. Like, why isn't LeBron working on this? The whole Lakers are bad at free throws, really. If I was the coach, I would have an entire practice dedicated to free throws. I would have everyone have to make at least like 200 free throws or more because of how bad the free throw shooting has been. And I'm not to say LeBron isn't clutch. He's clutch, especially the past two seasons. Like, really the past two seasons. But he's not clutch at free throws. I mean, we have to accept that. He should not have had that ball in that situation, or he should go in the gym like he does all the time, not work on his threes, don't work on his dunking or stuff, work on free throws. It's such a fundamental of the game. I don't understand why people are so bad at free throws. Free throws are so important. Like, fouls are called more now than ever before. The NBA is soft. You need to be good at free throws now. Anyway, I'm not really worried about the Lakers. I know we're 0-3, but we've shown promise with the passing, and offense has looked great. I mean, that is the most LeBron-led team has ever scored. Ever. The problem is the defense. We're not playing that great on-ball defense, but it's more the rebounding. We've gotten out-rebounded every game this year, and we can't defensive or offense rebound, and it's killing me. And which is especially killing me because last year we were one of the best teams at both defense and rebounding. And I don't know why we gave up Julius Randle, who would have helped us in both. All right, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit a like and subscribe to the channel. Or don't. I'm not a beggar. Thanks.